Greetings everyone, and welcome back to a new ASMR movie geek review. So first part of this video is going to be spoiler free, so no worries, no spoilers. And then around the halfway point I'm going to give a spoiler warning. And I'm going to talk spoilers, so don't worry, I'm going to say spoilers, spoilers, spoilers before actually getting there. But yeah, I just got back from the movie theater. I watched the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And first reaction, I'm actually a little bit impressed. I really enjoyed myself. I had a fun time. I wasn't expecting anything insanely good, but honestly, you know what? Good movie. So, let me just give some backstory at the movie theater. So, I ended up going to the movie theater. I was expecting, some older Sonic fans to be there, teenagers, general Sonic audience, and of course, kids, because a lot of children love Sonic, so I'd say half the movie theater was like young adults, teens going to go watch a Sonic movie, and then the other half was like mostly kids that came with their parents, or the parents dropped them off. So yeah, pretty good like divide between age groups. Like you had young fans, older Sonic fans, everybody came. Theater was pretty packed, even though the movie's been out for like a week now. Seems like it's doing very, very good all over the world. Sega has already confirmed that there's going to be like at least 2 or 3 other movies, so I guess we're going to be seeing some more Sonic movies in the near future. So the movie, honestly, I really liked a lot of things about the movie. I'm not going into spoilers, of course, but music was great. Really enjoyed the music score for this. Some moments felt really intense and actiony. They used some video game sounding music at certain points, and I thought that was great. They didn't use it too much, but when they did, it was nice. The visual effects, I am really impressed, honestly. Those first trailers for the Sonic movie were quite bad. So bad, in fact, that they went back to make Sonic look like Sonic. And I'm really happy they did that because I really enjoyed, Sonic in this movie, all the stuff involving him, all the action scenes. Everything was, pretty well done. Like, I was impressed by the special effects. Props to the special effects team and everyone that worked on the CG for this. They did a good job. Like, it looked pretty good. The dialogue, this isn't, The Joker or any insanely good Oscar-winning movie or something like that. Like, don't go to this movie expecting some kind of, like, highbrow cinema, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 movie. Go expecting a fun, family-friendly, entertaining movie that is going to be enjoyable, is going to have some comedic, funny moments, and you'll probably have a good time, like, kind of like when you go watch a Disney movie, a Pixar movie, a comedy, or even like a superhero movie. Like, people don't go to watch a superhero movie, like Ant-Man, to watch something that's going to win some kind of Oscar award for best performance or a great script or something. They go to have fun, and I feel like Sonic is definitely a fun movie. So I really like that. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Props to Jim Carrey. He really was the best, like, human character in this movie. Sonic is the best non-human character. Jim Carrey is the best human character, playing Dr. Robotnik in this. Amazing job. He did a fantastic job playing Robotnik. I was impressed. Like, I was like, wow, Jim Carrey, you need to do more movies. Like, we need you back. He played like a really insane, kind of crazy, mad scientist genius to perfection. Like, at times it was really crazy. You're like, this guy is insane, but he's also really, really smart. But he's also crazy, but he's also a genius. So he's also like really arrogant and stuck up, so it's funny when people kind of like troll him in the movie. So there's some great scenes with that. Lots of funny scenes in the movie. I was worried that the trailers showed all the funny scenes, but that's not the case. There's a bunch of them all throughout the movie, just small 5-second, 10-second scenes that are just really funny. Like, I laughed at least 10 times in this movie. So Sonic was great, music was great, visual effects were great. I walked out of the theater, happy. I was expecting an okay movie, and I got something better. I got something that was, pretty good, like pretty good, enjoyable. I will definitely be watching this movie again. And if you like Sonic the Hedgehog, if you played any of the Sonic the Hedgehog games, watch any of the TV shows, cartoons, I think you're gonna probably like this. Now, I will give a warning. This movie doesn't really follow any previous, prior Sonic source material. It's all its own universe, its own creation. So, sure, Sonic is in it, Robotnik is in it, but don't go expecting, the plot to Sonic Adventure or Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or any of the Sonic, TV series, cartoons. Don't go expecting anything, any plot lines, anything about that. It's not related to those things at all. There are some nods and references to things which I won't go into here. That's for the spoiler section. But I think they did the character of Sonic right. They did him good. They did him good in this movie. They captured his kind of snarky, kind of cool, fast-witted attitude thing that Sonic has going for him. Anyone that knows Sonic is, he has an attitude. He has an attitude, and that's what makes him kind of cool. So they definitely brought that to this movie. Sonic has this kind of cool attitude. He doesn't really care. He does what he wants, and he makes sure to look cool or act cool as he's doing it. So they did a good job with Sonic. There are at least two things, though, in this movie that might anger some classic Sonic fans because of how they kind of change just a tiny aspect of Sonic's personality. And, they did it to modernize him, to make, kids or whatever laugh or enjoy the movie a little bit. But I can see some people that maybe grew up with the Sonic, on the Sega Genesis or maybe the old Sonic cartoons. They might get a little bit annoyed at these two things, which I will talk about later. But overall, good movie. The plot is very simple, nothing crazy, nothing insane, but movie's about an hour and a half. So I had a fun time. It's not too long. You definitely won't get bored. I didn't really get, tired or bored at any part in this movie. It has a pretty easy story to follow. Sonic is a lot of fun. All the characters kind of bounce off Sonic in this movie. They talk to him, he talks back, there's jokes. The story proceeds forward. They have Robotnik show up. There's stuff with him, of course. More of Sonic, more of other characters. Stuff gets resolved. So, pretty good movie. Go see it if you like anything about Sonic. If you're a Sonic fan, even if you're not a Sonic fan, if you like video games, check out this movie. I think there's something in this for everyone. It might not be the best movie ever, but it is enjoyable. It's a fun movie. It's also very quotable. There's definitely some parts in this that are funny that I see people already memeing on the internet. There is definitely some meme-worthy moments in this. And Jim Carrey is amazing, hands down. I can't wait to see more of him in the future if they do more Sonic movies or something, but that was really good. So let's get on to the spoilers. You've been warned. So, the plot of the movie, it basically starts in the original Green Hill Zone from the Sonic video games, and I was impressed. I was like, this is so cool. Now they do change Sonic's backstory. Apparently, he is raised by an owl. He doesn't know who his parents are. He just exists, and he's taken care of by this owl who I guess is kind of like his guardian. He doesn't really call her mom or anything like that, but she basically sacrifices herself to protect Sonic. Rings in this movie are used as teleport portals. So not like in the video games where Sonic uses rings as kind of a protection from getting hit or hurt. Sonic loses his rings. In this movie, they make it so rings are Sonic's power to teleport to new locations and stuff. So she basically sacrifices herself so Sonic can go through a portal and ends up in the real world. And baby Sonic then lives in the actual world here. He grows up in America, you know. Kind of funny to think about it. Like, out of all the places in the world, he lands in the United States. But hey, I'm not complaining. Pretty cool. And he basically grows up there, so he stays hidden because his mom tells him people are going to come after his power, so he has to stay hidden so nothing bad happens. So Sonic is just hiding for the first part of this movie. And then he starts, spying on people in the town nearby where he's growing up. He's hiding in this cave in the woods. He eventually meets this character called Tom, played by James Marsden. They get into some sort of trouble together. Dr. Robotnik is chasing after them. And then the movie surprisingly becomes kind of like a road trip movie. I was not expecting this. Like, I didn't really get that from the trailers. But yeah, they go on a road trip. So it's kind of like a sidekick road trip style movie with Tom, played by James Marsden, and Sonic. So that was pretty cool. They go to San Francisco because Sonic has to get back his bag of rings, which he uses to teleport to new places, because it got lost there. And on the way there, they're attacked by Robotnik and other people. They get into crazy adventures, and it's just a lot of fun. There's this thing that this movie does with the slow-mo, kind of like the Matrix. If any of you have ever watched Matrix movies, where they'll like freeze the action because everything's moving so fast, they'll like freeze time because I'm not gonna go into explaining that, but Sonic is super fast. So when he's going fast in this movie, time basically like stops. So he's able to freeze time and just do a bunch of things on his own. So there's like 2 or 3 moments in this movie where Sonic freezes time, sort of, starts moving around really fast, and the visual effects are insane. They're so cool to like just watch Sonic do his own thing. There's a lot of like things they do for comedy in this movie. Like, he'll sneak up behind people, he'll play pranks on some guys in this bar in this one hilarious scene, and he'll just do a lot of funny things with his, ability to go so fast. So I really like that about the movie. The few times that they did it, it was awesome. So really, really loved that. It was great. There's, some action scenes in this movie, some fight scenes. I like those as well. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik is crazy, but he's also really, really good at acting, Robotnik in this movie. Mad scientist, great way to describe him. Genius, but crazy. I liked Sonic. There's 2 things in this movie that they do which I think go against Sonic's character in previous material, like in the video games and in other movies, TV shows. Sonic doesn't really do these things. There's at least like 2 fart jokes in this movie, where Sonic's basically doing a fart joke thing. Now, I know they did that mostly for the kids in the theater watching this to laugh and stuff, and it's fine, but that's not really Sonic's thing. That's not really his humor. So that felt a little bit out of place, at least for me. And then secondly, there are like 2 scenes in the movie where Sonic does the floss. Now, I have no problem with Sonic flossing. I know they did that because it's kind of cool, kind of trendy at the moment, or at least when they were making this movie. But I know for a fact that a lot of the OG kind of classic Sonic fans that grew up with Sonic on the Sega Genesis are probably gonna go watch this and cringe. They're gonna cringe because they don't like the floss. They don't like that. So they're probably gonna be like, Sonic would not floss. What's he doing? But I was okay with it. But I thought I would mention those things just for those out there that might not like that. But other than that, I felt like they did a great job capturing Sonic's character for this movie. The final fight scene was insane. Sonic doesn't go supersonic. They did not mention like the emeralds at all in this movie. There are references to other Sonic worlds, universes, which is really cool. They mention, let me see. I'm trying to remember. There's a lot to go through in this movie. They do mention a few other Sonic-related things, which hopefully they might introduce in sequels to this movie. So I like that. The movie also has like a lot of kind of like nice scenes. There's one scene near the end where they play the original Green Hills Zone music in like a piano instrumental version, and that was really nice. Like, I immediately picked up on it and I was like, hey, they're playing Green Hills Zone. That's so cool. I love that. Then there was another scene there. The movie is filled with a lot of like scenes, fan service scenes that people are going to definitely enjoy. Like, there's a scene where Sonic is given new shoes by this girl because she sees that he's been wearing like the same shoes probably since he was like a little kid or something, because they're just full of holes and they're destroyed. Like, his socks and the shoes are destroyed. You can like see right through them. So she goes and gets him a new pair of shoes, and they're like the iconic red Sonic shoes. So I was like, yes, that is so cool. I love that. So there's just a ton of scenes like that in the movie. Tiny scenes go by really, really fast. There's scenes in this like bar where Sonic goes to like this biker bar. Lots of funny stuff going on there. It's just hilarious. There's a lot of like just small scenes that'll make you smile, that are funny. Some are fan service, some are just, just there for comedic purposes, but they're great. I really enjoyed all of them. The movie ends with a teaser. So the movie ends with like a actual like video game footage from the Sonic the Hedgehog games, and there's like rap over it. There's like a Wiz Khalifa, Lil Yachty song playing. I think Ty Dolla $ign I think is in it. I need to go back and check, but yeah, there's like a rap song playing over actual Sonic video game footage. And be sure to stay for the credits, because once that's over, there's a teaser scene. And they basically show that Tails is going to be in the next movie. Tails randomly shows up in the real world, and he's looking for Sonic. So people in the theater got really happy about that. I heard a bunch of kids in the back yell like, Tails, Tails. People are like, yo, that's Tails. So people are happy. I'm sure he's going to be in the next movie. Maybe they're going to introduce Knuckles in the next movie too. I have no idea where they're going with the story. There's also like an extra scene with Dr. Robotnik as well. The movie basically ends with like Sonic trapping Dr. Robotnik in a teleporter on another planet. That's that's funny because it's like a mushroom planet. So he sends Dr. Robotnik there and locks him in, so he can't really get out. But Robotnik is smart, so he's trying to escape. So I wonder what the next movie's gonna be about. But yeah. The story was pretty good for a video game movie. Honestly, it's one of the better ones. I really enjoyed it, so go watch it if you like Sonic, if you like video games. This movie is definitely a fun one. It's not, the best movie of all time. Don't go in expecting, Oscar-worthy performances or crazy, insane, like, action scenes like John Wick or something. But hey, it's fun. It's a fun, enjoyable movie. And yeah, the movie is like suitable for all ages, so literally anyone can watch this, from like a little kid to your grandparents. Like, everyone's probably gonna enjoy this movie, so that's great. And I'm just trying to think of some things off the top of my head. Anything else? The music was great. I already talked about that. Acting, performances, all of that stuff was good. Honestly, the action scenes in this, I talked about them a little bit, but they're fun. I've already mentioned Sonic does this thing where he's going so fast that time seems to stop. They do that a few times. Sonic doesn't go supersonic. He goes, I don't know what they call it in this movie, but he does power up at one point near the end. The power of friendship literally brings Sonic back to life at the end. So that was pretty awesome. Lots of cool explosion, action type scenes. And there's just like a lot of little references and funny scenes in this movie that like you blink and you'll miss them, but they're really funny. Like, Sonic reads the Flash comic books. Of course he would read the Flash. Like, the Flash, fastest superhero. So if Sonic had a favorite superhero, he'd be reading the Flash. So that's what he's doing. So I just loved little scenes like that in this movie. What else? Sonic plays baseball with himself. Like, he plays the pitcher, he plays the catcher, he runs all over around the bases, he gets a home run, he attempts to catch the home run and fails, and he does all that in like 1 second because he's so fast, so it's funny. So I don't know, just a ton and tons of scenes like that in this movie. I feel like everyone will have at least one scene that they're going to laugh at. There's even this one scene about hipsters. Sonic and Tom, they go to this bar together, this biker bar. Some bikers show up and are like, we don't like people like you. And Sonic's like, people like who? And they're like, hipsters. And that just made me laugh. People in the theater laughed because, come on, Sonic's a hipster. Like, it was just really random, really weird, but it was funny. And then, Sonic beats everybody up. Yeah, Sonic is so fast. So there's this, like, bar fight. He freezes time, sort of, because he's moving very, very fast. And he basically sets people up in the bar to fail. Like, one guy's going for a punch. Sonic will move a person back a little bit. He'll pull, like, a rope behind someone. He puts, like, a bear mask on this one guy. And in 1 second, the entire bar fight is over. Just because Sonic took his time to, like, place people in different spots and mess with them. So, lots of stuff like that in this movie. Just funny little Sonic moments. So, I enjoyed it. I like Sonic. I love the Sonic video games, both the 2D and 3D Sonic games. So, I had a good time. The movie also references Sonic memes, like the gotta go fast meme and stuff. I was actually surprised about that. So, there's a few Sonic memes in this, which I was not expecting, so that was great. They really embraced the fan aspects of Sonic, with little winks and nods throughout the movie. So if you're a big Sonic fan, you're definitely going to notice some of those. So, good movie. Definitely go see it if you love Sonic, or if you're interested in Sonic. It's a movie for you, for sure. But yeah, that's my review. Those are my thoughts. That's a little brief recap on some of the great moments of this movie, and I can't wait for the next one. Honestly, I want to watch this one again, and I just got back from seeing it. Fun movie. So yeah, thank you all for listening, watching this review. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to help out the channel, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ASMRGaming. And with as little as $1 a month, you can be included in monthly shout-out videos and all sorts of other cool stuff. So definitely do that. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. So long.